Waiting on that notification. Waiting on that notification. Let me know I'm live. Let me know I'm live. I just got that notification. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Hey y'all, welcome back. Let me see. I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying to get everything together and situated for you guys. Um, Making sure everything's good. I got a quick little segment that I'm going to do today. It's kind of fun a little bit. It's kind of a little bit fun for me. It's really because I actually put like I did something like creative a little bit. Did something a little different. Something about like less than a minute. I'm gonna get straight into it. I was gonna wait for a couple more people to pop in, but we gonna get started in a minute. Let me make sure I got everything together. Hey viewer, drop a hey in the chat so I know who it is. We about to get into a nice little segment. It's like I want to say, it's kind of like a part two to what I was talking about yesterday. It's kind of like business related. It's very informational, so you might want to stay tuned. Like I said, this segment is not gonna take long. I'm gonna just briefly go over some things just to help like other small business owners and stuff like that. Like if you're a licensed cosmetologist, if you're a braider, anything like that. I do have like a short helpful stream today to kind of break down what we talked about yesterday. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Like I said, I try to wait like 2 minutes to get everyone in the chat. But hey, it's just me and you, viewer. Welcome back. If this is somebody that's already been here before, if you're new here, I'm Stephanie, a licensed cosmetologist and a braider. No, this is my fifth stream in a row for Beauty Talk After Dark. So if you've been rocking with me since day one, drop a W in the chat. If you're new here, drop a you can drop a hey and like a heart so I know that you're new. And I want to thank you for like tuning in. I really want to thank you for tuning in. Just a quick recap about yesterday. We talked about the pros and cons to starting a business, specifically for like licensed cosmetologists and braiders. Briefly went over where to do business at, like at home, booth rent, private suite. Let's see, a private suite. Also, a book that helped me with managing my expenses called Profit First. If you haven't gotten that book yet, I would recommend checking it out. I got mine from Amazon. This is the book right here. I'm gonna show it again. This book right here. I can't pronounce his last name, sorry. But this book right here, really, 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 I'm gonna give it like 2 more seconds to be able to screenshot and stuff like that. But this is the book that really helped me manage my my expenses, like really like not my expenses, manage my money when doing business, because as a business owner all you think about is like, oh, I got the money, you did the client, you got your money, and you just think like, okay, well, I just use it for whatever I need to spend it on. But no, like that system actually helps. I'm not gonna lie, like that system, I'm gonna get into it. Excuse my husband, he watching the fight right now. I know a lot of y'all watching the fight and stuff like that. I didn't want to take up too much of y'all time. I just want to give like a part two to what went on yesterday. But if you did miss yesterday's stream, you can rewatch it on my YouTube channel at Slade Styles. I'll do it again. Right here, Slade Styles across. Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that. So you could just type in Slave Styles and it'll well, for the YouTube part, the yesterday segment will be up along with today's segment. I'm gonna try to post. I try to post every time after I go live and export it to YouTube, so you'll be able to watch this live either later on tonight or in the morning. But I'm gonna export it. I'm gonna try to export it tonight. Um, but today's stream segment, we're gonna talk a little bit deeper about where you should do business, either at home, booth rent, or a private suite. We're gonna talk about 5 important policies I will recommend you include when you're like a first time like business starter as a licensed cosmetologist and a braider. Um, I'm going to show you how to create an expense and income log and a profit first in the profit first system. This book I was telling you about that really helped me manage my finances. Like it really did help me. Um yeah, so let's get into it. But before we do, real quick, I'm about to pin the community group in the comment to join. If you haven't already, it's really a group I created for the community to be able to share their thoughts and opinions about client versus stylist situations, memes and clips from the stream, like new hair trends, all things beauty focused. So let me go ahead and pin that in the chat. Give me like 2 seconds. Share. Copy link. I'm about to pin it in the chat now. Paste. Okay, it is posted, so y'all can go in and like I said, y'all can go. Let me pin it myself. I'm not sure. Okay, it's pinned. So okay. So let's get into it. So the first thing, okay, so this segment is also a little special to me because I actually took the time out. I'm not gonna show y'all the front of it, but I actually took the time out and got some whiteboards and actually like put the information on here just so like I could talk about it and I'll be as entertaining. But if you see like a little small presentation and stuff like that, I feel like it'll be like more catchy. I just want to make it a little bit more personal. But the first thing we're gonna get into is where you should do your business at. Whether I hope y'all can read it. Like I'm gonna just kind of briefly read it out to you and stuff like that. But basically, I need one of them like ruler things. When they be like, I need one of them. But it's okay though. So first, we're gonna talk about where you should do business. It is 2026, so not gonna lie, some things kind of change over time with this. But I'm gonna let y'all know either doing the pros and cons to doing business at home, having a booth rent, and having a private suite. So the first thing I want to go over is the home salon. This is where 2026 come in at. I only gave y'all about like 3 pros and cons. There's more pros and cons to it, but I just want to. These are like briefly the main ones that is a pro and a con. So the only good thing about doing hair at home is the first one is low overhead costs. So you don't got no booth rent, like all your utilities is actually included. So you don't have to do anything like separate and stuff like that. Like we have salon rent here, booth rent there, and then you got at home expenses and stuff like that. So really, you don't have to pay any type of rent and utility because it's already part of your home. Like you have everything there. Another thing is a flexible schedule. Like you can work when you want to. It's ideal for like parents and side hustles you're trying to get into. So I would say that this is good for like having flexible hours, especially if you're the type to like to do hair like late at night, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, maybe even 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Like you just want to do like a little hair and you don't want to drive out and having to, go to a building and stuff like that. You just the comfort of your own home, basically. So it's easier for someone to just pull up to your house than versus, you having to drive like 15, 30 minutes away and stuff like that. And like I said, this also go with it. Number three is a comfortable environment. It's personal, relaxed vibe for like both you and your clients. Like I mentioned in a few streams ago that how I think it was just yesterday that I talked about like comfortable environment. Like you want to make sure that even though you're at home, you are separating like your business and you are separating like your personal life. Like if you have an extra room just to do hair, make sure no one's in there to bother you and stuff like that. You want to make it more comfortable and stuff like that, especially if you're starting off at home. The only cons about that is the zoning and licensing restrictions. I guess in some states, like in some cities, HOAs they don't allow home salons. So I want to say it's not really big here, if I'm not mistaken. But in some cities and states, like the HOA, they don't play it. The second thing is the limited professionalism perception. Like people would think like, she doing her outside her house. I don't want to go there and stuff like that. And depending on like, not saying anybody like, nasty and nothing, but like depending on how it looks in there as well, like you gotta keep that up. You gotta keep that up because this is your home, like and you're trying to give it like a salon feel because you want to do hair outside the house. Since it's more convenient starting off, you want to make sure like you're getting it together and stuff. So some clients prefer like more like a salon feel versus like just at home. Like some people don't mind, especially if they've been following you for a minute. They see you do good work and stuff like that. Then it's cool. But it's really like the perception of the professionalism, like the professionalism that it just show like nah, she ain't. I don't think she gonna be professional. It's 50-50 up and down. Your work life boundaries blur, meaning like it's harder to like clock out when work is at home. Like if you at home, it's like it still feel like you at work or you still doing this even though you're not physically doing it because your client left, but it's like you still doing stuff and it's kind of hard to separate because you're gonna have to style, you're gonna have to clean. It's gonna make it feel like you cleaning your salon and you cleaning your home, and it's just a little joke. We're gonna skip over that, but yeah, basically like it's kind of hard to know when you're on the clock, off the clock, and stuff like that. The second one, booth rent. And just to let y'all know, I've actually done all three of these before. I've started off at a house, like in my home, and yeah, I started off at the house. Then I moved to booth rent. Luckily where I did booth rent at, they let me do commission and stuff like that because I was just starting out. And now I'm at a private suite. That's why I need to get my soundboard. We need to get my soundboard. We keep talking about that, but I'm gonna get it though. February, make sure I'm gonna get it. Okay, so the pros and cons to having a booth rent. So with the booth rent, it's established like foot traffic, meaning like you can have walk-ins and referrals, because of the salon that you had. Like people tend to like just walk in there, especially if it's like someone that they wanted to book and they wasn't available. So therefore they just searching up salons and stuff to go to. So you could just so happen to be there and they looking up somewhere to go because they person not, available. So guess what? That's a clientele that could potentially be yours. Like you just never know and stuff like that. And like I said, like they already have the establishment. So I'm pretty sure you can search whatever salon you go to that you pay booth rent at. Like check the reviews. I say check the reviews on there, see how the traffic is there and stuff like that. But that is a good thing. So if you don't have any clients, clients can come into the salon and stuff like that because they built a name for themselves. But basically that it's a professional setting. For number two, it builds credibility and trust with new clients. So like I said, even if you do it at home, just make sure you give it like a salon feel. But this, they'll take you a little bit more serious. They'll look at you like in a different light. It's all about perception and stuff like that when it comes to that and this. But yeah, it's like a professional setting. It looks better and stuff like that. And then you get shared amenities like you get shampoo bowls, waiting areas, and sometimes a reception desk. Like I think the booth rent that I paid, they didn't have a reception desk, but you know, we was she still had like the shampoo bowls, and it was like a waiting area and stuff like that. But mostly like if it's something that I charge, that's what I charge and stuff like that. So and she get charged what she charged, whatever the commission is. Like she her own receptionist. The only thing about booth rent is one, it's a fixed weekly rent. You pay even on slow weeks. Like if it's nobody that's coming, not even a walk in, nothing like that, like they still want their money. That's why I say try to find a salon that's like more commission based, because you getting paid, like they getting paid and you getting paid at the same time. Two is like it's limited control, meaning like the salon rules, hours, and branding may apply. Like you gotta follow what they say. So whatever they say goes. So you really don't have like a what do you call it? You really don't have a say so in it. All you're doing is just renting out the space to just have a professional look, basically. That's the only thing with booth rent. Three is less privacy, is noise, distractions, and shared space with other stylists. Like I said, I've done all of these before. Something like that. Like if you're a person, because I'm a type of person that likes to listen to music when I do hair and stuff like that. Some stylists they actually like no music. Some people actually like to just talk. Some people actually like to watch TV and stuff like that. But I'm the type that likes to listen to music, and as long as I'm hearing the music and stuff like that, I'm like zoned in and stuff like that. But it's not. It's less privacy. That's the only thing about it. Because I think when I did work at when I was working at a salon that I was paying booth rent slash commission at, they they had more TV on than like any type of music, and then the type of music that they played, I really didn't listen to like that. So it was a cool setting. Like I really do appreciate it and stuff like that. It's just like I said, I couldn't vibe it out how I wanted to because it's not my space. I'm just a renter basically. And the third one, this is kind of like where I'm currently at. Y'all know the goals to get our own, but the pros about having a private suite now. So the private suite is you get full creative control. Like you set your own prices, you set your own hours, your own brand. Like however you want to run the show, you can run the show however you want to. Like literally whatever price. Because if you go to a salon, they have a set price and stuff like that. That's what you're gonna charge. They probably might charge more than what you charge, or probably less. Ain't no telling. But like I said, yeah, you get to set your own prices, hours, and brands. Because some private suites, they give you like a key that you can just basically like go in anytime and stuff like that because it's your suite basically. Another thing is the privacy, the one-on-one client experience, basically. That's like something that's important because some people, even though, like being in the salon, clients don't mind because they know that that's where they go to what's that. But some people, they kind of want like a more private area to where it's like, how can I put it? Like, just more privacy. Like they're a little self conscious about like not self conscious. They a little insecure about like their hair and stuff like that and how they look and stuff. So that will be a pro to have your own private suite because the simple fact is like you're having a one-on-one experience and then you get a little bit more personal. Most people they will feel comfortable like it's just you and them in the same room. They can talk to you. They can express how they truly feel versus being around like a lot of people, a lot of different noises and stuff like that. The third one is a higher earning potential. It's no commission splits. Like all the income is yours. So whatever you charge in your private suite, whether it's $100 down, that's all you. That is 100% you. You don't have to split 50-50, 60-40, 30-70, or you don't even have to pay, all the other stuff and stuff like that. Like everything that you make is 100. I ain't gonna say 100%. I'm gonna say it's mostly yours, basically. The only thing about a private suite is the higher cost. Like rent is usually more expensive than booth rent. Like you can get booth rent for like 150, but a private suite it could be like 250. You get what I mean? Because it's more like you're basically having your own mini salon. Like it's your own business basically. You just have your own like little room basically. That's the only thing. In booth rent, like since you're already inside of a salon and it's like other people and stuff like that in there, yeah, that it'll be a little bit more pricey, but it is worth it. So if you can, I would just say if you can pay booth rent, I would just say, put a little extra work in there and just go ahead and get you a private suite so that way you can have like your own space. You do everything as far as marketing, cleaning, supplies, and booking and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier about this one, it's like you don't have to market as much, but you still have to market because you're still an individual person. But with the marketing here, like you have to literally put everything like we was talking about yesterday, consistency and stuff like that. Like you gotta make sure you always wanna make sure your area clean. Even when I said up here at the home salon, you wanna always make sure your area is clean no matter where you go. Okay, what you doing. Always, stay clean. But yeah, so the marketing, the cleaning, the supplies, and the bookings, like some boo friends they have like a little receptionist desk and stuff like that. But yeah, you're responsible for everything. And then is no walk-in traffic, so that kind of piggybacks off the you doing everything. You must build and maintain your own clientele. Like this is like super important. That's the only way that you're gonna succeed in that. But I would highly, like I said, I started off with all three of these. Actually, in this exact order, I started at home first, and then I went and got a boo friend, and now I own a private suite. Like I said, the goal is to have my own. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so this is it. If you can, if you want to like screenshot it and stuff, I'll put it like piece by piece. So this is like the home salon. This is the booth rent, and this is the private suite. Okay. So the next thing that I did create that I feel like is very important, let me try to halfway show y'all, is the top 5 policies that I feel like you should have when you're starting out as a salon owner. Since I already used that one. Since I already used that one. So the top 5 policies that I feel like you should have when starting out as like I said, a licensed cosmetologist or a braider who's really trying to take their career serious. Like I really feel like these you can make your rules however you want to. You can make them more than 5, but I just feel like out of these 5, these are the main ones that I feel like you should have in there. So the first one is require a deposit or a valid card and an ID required like prior to booking. The reason why I say that because like I said, we talked about in a few segments ago, like about the no call, no shows and stuff like that. So you kind of want to secure yourself when it comes to this. Like I said, yeah, with the website that I use, I told you about Acuity. That is a good website to start out with, especially when you're just first starting. And I feel like it's really just a good website all the way around. I did have Wix. Only thing about Wix was, yes, you can require a deposit, but you couldn't charge the card if, like someone did a no call, no show, or, they didn't try to pay. Whatever the case may be, it's just like you can literally charge the card with Acuity. So I would advise using Acuity. And it's much easier and simpler. And then the thing about that is you can send out emails. You can send out multiple emails, letting them know before their appointment. And you can send out a text message, but I highly recommend requiring a deposit. Or, like I said, when you use Acuity, it'll give you 2 options: either to require a deposit, or it will tell you to require a valid card. Now the ID part is something extra that you can add on there that you will have to go into the settings and stuff like that to just kind of, add that on there. I may do like a deeper dive into this of showing y'all how I did it or how to do it and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna try to make the video as short as possible when doing it. But I probably might live stream it. I think I should live. I probably live stream it. I'll check it out. I'm gonna see. But yeah, so with Acuity, when you put that card on file and they don't show, you can charge that card. You don't need to pin them none of that. My second one is late policy. I feel like a lot of people should include this because I understand, things happen and stuff like that. You may come late or whatever the case may be, but I just feel like it'll give a client more urgency on being like late. Like 10 minutes, I have a late policy to where it's like 10 minutes. It's a grace period. I feel like that's more than enough time because if your appointment is at 9 o'clock and you leaving the house at like 8:45, like, and you're like 30 minutes away, like. Come on. You had to leave the house early and you had to get up early and y'all you heard that alarm clock. I'm just playing though. It won't that's just in general. That's a general joke. I'm not talking about nobody. Trust me. But yeah, a late policy, but 10 minutes is a grace period after 10 minutes. So when 11 minutes hit and so on, like after 20 minutes, typically I would just cancel the appointment. But if I feel like that my client is like, if they're contacting me and letting me know, hey, we're gonna be late or whatever the case may be and stuff like that, they will please excuse my husband again. The fight is on right now, so I know a lot of y'all are probably watching and tuning into it, but I do thank and appreciate the viewers that are here now. I really do appreciate y'all. But yeah, the late policy after 10 minutes, before 10 minutes is grace period. After 10 minutes, you will get charged $25. Now you can make your late fee, your late policy, whatever it is you want. But as long as you have a late policy inside of your policy, I feel like that's important. The third thing is service inclusions and requirements. I feel like this is something that you should let your client know. Like, um, I include, like on my website, I let them know like, hey, I include the braiding hair, I include shampoo. These are the braiding hairs that I have on hand, and then like let them know that anything outside of that you will have to include it in like the requirements before coming and stuff like that. How to arrive and stuff. I feel like that's something that's important that you should put on your policy. Just let your clients know so that way they won't be surprised. They'll be like, oh, I thought you had this because I've been seeing other people do this. You is somebody different, so make sure you put your service inclusion and requirements because everybody don't do business the same. The fourth one is refunds and redo policies. I really, 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 really feel like this is so important because people will try to get off, get over, whatever the case may be and stuff like that. And I just feel like, let them know, hey, if you do this, you don't get a refund for that. None. Let them know, like, even the deposits, like, let them know, like, your deposit is non-refundable. So once you, you know, play book your appointment and stuff like that, like your deposit is not refundable. Like it's just as simple as that. And I said redo policies. That's important too because some people they will come and they'll be like they'll leave the salon and stuff like that, especially if you're asking them like, hey, do you like your hair? Is everything okay? Or do you like your appointment, your service, and stuff like that? Do you find anything wrong with anything? And typically they'll say no, but then they want to text you back the next day saying, hey, there is an issue with so and so, and stuff like that. And I need this to get redone, and just trying to basically, get over. So yeah, just make sure you just have a policy about your refunds and redoing. And the last thing, the biggest. I need to make sure this is straight so y'all can see. Make sure you include you will not rush your work. Make sure you include your time duration because this is I'm trying to make sure this is highly important because a lot of people will try to, downplay you or, just I don't want to say downplay, it's a different term that I'm trying to use, but a lot of people will try to play you like if you know that if they don't know your time duration, so that's why I say time duration, and you will not rush your work. If something takes 5 hours and they said, okay, well, it's gonna take 5 hours of. She said it's gonna take 5 hours to do my hair, but I also include like it can change. I made sure I put on time duration. I should have added that on there. Can change due to the thickness of your hair. It can change to the thickness, the head shape, and all of that. Like it can literally change. Like, but the will not rush my work part, like baby, if you know that you got a nail appointment, you feel like your nail appointment is gonna be because you gonna be 5 hours here. You know, like after the 5 hours, I'm just gonna book my. Don't do that. Don't do that because I will not rush my work. Like that's one thing I do not like doing is rushing my work. So if you know that you have booked an appointment, just be mindful of that. Like folks don't want to rush the work, and then when they do, because you want to hurry up and get to the nail salon or get your eyebrows on or whatever the case may be, and now your head looking a little off, you want to say, I don't like how she just rushed on my head like she trying to get me out her chair and all that. You sat here and tried to rush her because you want to book an appointment right behind it. Or do you know when it's gonna be done? Like, no, baby, I don't know when it's gonna be done. But I will not rush my work, and then I also put on there book accordingly. So if you're running late to whatever it is you're running late to, that's on you. That is not on me. So these are the trying to straighten it out. I'm new to this camera stuff, so basically the 5 policies that I feel like you should include. These are the top 5 that I feel like you should include. You can screenshot it, like I said, you can take a picture and just add in your own, basically. The next thing I do want to talk about now is your expense log. Your expense log, your expense log, your expense log. I feel like a lot of stylists don't talk about this, and it's your expense and income log. Like I'm just show it after I was name, because I kind of don't want to confuse y'all, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do a quick little segment about that on the desktop on creating this, and I just feel like it is a lot of websites out there and platforms and stuff like that that will show you how to um keep up with this, but me, I like dealing with my stuff hands on so I can actually see my expenses myself and my incomes myself and stuff like that. Like I like to document everything hands on. Like I'm gonna show you how I do it though. So I'm gonna just give you a brief overview of this, and then we're gonna go into then I'm gonna show you like uh how to create it. And it's totally free and stuff like this. So I'm just show you how to create it. On your expense log, you want to include your date, the name of the person. I'm sorry, I didn't mean the name like that. I didn't try to put the name right here. My bad, y'all. Please ignore this. Let me go. They say ignore name. Please ignore name. But you just want the date. You want the vendor. The vendor, whether you had to go to Sally's beauty supply store on this day. You'll put the date. Like if you went to the beauty supply store today and you went to Sally's, you put Sally's beauty supply store or whatever the vendor's name is. You can use another word for vendor. You can just say name. You can just say building. Whatever you want to put. Just make sure that wherever you went to, this is what you want to name it. Yeah, you put Sally's right here. The amount that you paid for it, and you want to put in your receipt. Sometimes if you use a card and this is what you want to like kind of make your business account basically on here, like if you forgot your receipt but you did it and stuff like that, you can put like, I'm gonna show y'all, but I put like a little star and I put like bank statement, so at least that if I don't have my receipt, the receipt is on my bank statement. But if I do have a receipt, I will take a picture of it and I will keep it. On the side, you kind of want to put your categories. I should have probably wrote it in markers. Hopefully, y'all can see it. But for the categories, you want to have your rent and utilities, your business meal, transportation and travel, supplies and equipment, professional fees and membership, and miscellaneous. you want to make sure those are your important categories. Any other categories you can think of, just add them on there. And then on notes, like if it's something that you just, let's just say for your miscellaneous and stuff like that, you want to put on your notes what it was used for if you don't know which category to put under. Let's go, Keisha. Excuse my husband again. I do apologize about that. And then like at the bottom, you want to put under like date or whichever one you want to put it under, but I just typically put under date because that's like the first one to put under. Just make sure you put the total, the actual word total in bold, and then under amount you want to include like for the end of the month when that month is finished, like how today is like the 31st and I have to do whatever I spent today and stuff like that in there in the clients that I had. When you put that in, I'm gonna show you the code to put in to let you know how much it is for that. So let's just say your total come out to like 1,000 for that month. Your expense will all come to 1,000 with all the adding up. You're gonna put it right there. I just make sure I put that in bold on each end, and then the receipts that you take a picture of, you want to make sure that it's like in order. So then you'll staple them together. Like I said, excuse me. I apologize again. He just watching the fight and stuff like that. But yeah, like I will show y'all. I will manually show y'all how to put that in as well. Like I said, it's just gonna be real quick. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. I know it's kind of late, especially depending on where you're watching from. The next is the income log. This is important to have. You need your expense log and you need an income log. Your income is just basically, I can show y'all the whole thing now. You want to include your date, the day that you did the client hair, the name of the person, the service, the amount, and you want to put in your notes. Typically, what I put on notes in here is like if I ran a special, like how I did a special a couple of days ago. Like a week or two ago or something like that. And the amount isn't normally the amount is supposed to be like if something was $100 and then you do like a 50% off special and stuff like that, put that in your notes so that way you know why the price was the price at that time. So like when I did my 30% off, I made sure whatever the price came to that time, I put 30%. I put on my notes discount 30% basically. And then like I said, you want to do the same thing that you do up here today on here with the total, and then you want to enter in your amount you want to enter in so that way you can see how much you made, whether you spent more than you made or you made more and you spent less. Like, it's just to, keep that organized. Like this is really, really important. I feel like I said, it's not a lot of people that talk about it. I do try to do a lot of research, but the way that I feel like this is just more simpler. I haven't found anyone to like just break it down this easy and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm gonna just show y'all this simpler and free way. It is a little bit more hands on, but that's the best thing you want to do is be more hands on versus like paying what that is a social site to take all this in for you and stuff like that. Because sometimes the sites can be down and stuff like that, but as long as you write it in yourself, you're good. And the last thing that I am going to talk about is and do how it is the same one. We're gonna talk about the profit first system. Like I said, this profit first system, it did help me. This did help me manage my finances so much better. Like I said, we all start out as in like, okay, well, I made this much. I'm just keeping this. It's easier to keep. But then it's like, you want to know where your money going to. Like, you want a better system and stuff like that because you have your home expenses, you got your salon expenses, you have your, whatever, like car expenses, you have to get your product, you have to invest in yourself and stuff like that. Like I said, this system did help me a lot. It did help me a lot. So, okay. So this right here is the starting of it. I'm gonna do it like this so y'all can kind of see. I should do it a little bit better. Okay, so right here is the system. You want to get an account and like whatever account you can get, and you just want to set up 5 different accounts within it. Like I'm gonna give an example, like for any any bank should let you open up like 5 different accounts within it. I know like maybe Federal do it and stuff like that. Um, but you want to open up 5 different accounts. You want to open up your income account. You want to open up an owner expense, owner comes account. I'm so tongue tied. You want to open up a operating expense, a tax expense, and a profit. Now, this is the starting percentage that you do want to go into. Like, you want to put 100% of this, like anything you make, it goes straight into that account. Everything goes straight into that account. And then you're going to transfer over a percentage of whatever's in your income account. And you want to put that inside of your, each one of them. So let's just say you made $200 or whatever like that for that week. You're gonna transfer 200 out of 200%, $200. You're gonna transfer 5% to your owner's comp, 93% to your owner expense. The 1% goes to tax, and the 1% goes to profit. I know this is the boring part that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but I'm telling y'all, the boring stuff isn't just not always about doing her making money. Like, you need to have a whole like account system set up, managing your money, managing who her you did and when you did it and all that other stuff and stuff like that, especially paying taxes and stuff like that. But yeah, these are the accounts you will set up. These are the starting percentages. The reason why the operating expense is so high, because you have so much stuff that you have to reinvest in your business. Like, you really have to reinvest in it. So you most of that's gonna be in there. Only 5% of it you will get, but at least you're keeping some of your money and not, nothing, because more than likely you'll look at, oh, I just made some money, and then you're just gonna have to buy more products, buy more this, buy more that, marketing, branding, and all the other stuff like that. Like, you want a brand, so you're gonna need. Please, please excuse him, but yeah, it's like you're gonna want to do a lot of things like this. So I just feel like if you're not having like a lot of clients at the moment, this is something that this is the percentage that you want to make them. And you can't put them in there just like this. Like, you can nickname them just like this and just put the percentage on the side. Now, the goal is to be able to put 50% into your owner's comp, and then put 30% into your operating expense, and 50% into your owner's comp, 30% in your operating expense, 15% in your taxes, and 5% in your profit account. So you're basically taking money out twice. Like over here, you're taking money out twice and you're putting them into those separate accounts. Make sure, just because it's still your profit and it's still your money and stuff like that, for that, you still want to separate that. I'm gonna tell you why later. But it'll build over time. But yes, your operating expense, then that's the goal that you want to go to. That's kind of like ooh, my bad, my bad. This like one of them computer desks where like you can manually like lift up and down. Not manually, but like push the button and go up and down. I kind of push it down. It's okay. But yeah, this is the goal you want to get to. You want to be able to get to putting 50% of what you made. So out of the 200, instead of getting a little 5 piece of it, you want to get 50% of your $200. That's the goal. And then you 30%. So you don't have to, at this point, you don't have to spend as much in your business when you're getting to this. But in the beginning, you're going to be spending a lot back into your business. So for every 10th and the 25th of the month, you're going to transfer it to each account. Like, so whatever's in your account and the income, 100% of it, every 10th and the 25th, you're going to transfer them into your operating expense, your owner's comes, tax, process, and stuff like that. Every 10th and the 25th, no matter when you started, you can start tomorrow. And guess what? When the 10th comes, whatever you did, or if you start on the 5th and stuff like that, it don't matter when it starts, just as long as anytime on the 10th and the 25th that you are transferring that amount to each account. And then for every quarter, you share your profit to your owner's comp. So that 5% at the time, you're gonna take that every quarter. You're gonna put 5% into your owner's comp, and then like if you share business with somebody, you're gonna with whoever you're doing business with, they get a percentage of the profit as well. So it won't just be yours, but starting out, I'm pretty sure it's just you and your business. So you'll just transfer whatever's in your profit every quarter. So you let it build for every 90 days and stuff like that. So if you don't know what the quarters are and when to transfer them, here's a breakdown of the quarter dates. You have quarter one. So every January the 1st, you will take your profit and you will send it to your owner. I'm sorry, owner your owner comp. So 5% of that goes into there. Every January the 1st, every April 1st, every July 1st, every October 1st, you want to transfer those in there. Like you really want to transfer and send it out there because that's your bonus. This is your bonus right here. That 5% or that 1% is gonna add up over time when you just want to get into the flow of the system and stuff like that. But that's gonna add up over time, especially depending on how much work you put in. Like I said, we talked about yesterday, being consistent, being consistent, being consistent. Like it don't matter if you got 1 viewer, 0 viewers, 100 viewers, 10,000 viewers. It don't matter. Like just be consistent in what you're doing, and it's gonna literally show. So yeah, this you can also take a picture of this. Like I said, this is the starting, what you want to start. These are the percentages right here. And this is the goal to get to. You want to get to 50% and 30%, 15%, 5%. But yeah, you can take it, screenshot it and stuff like that. Um, that was it for all my pretty poster boards. Like I said, I kind of want to make it more like a little bit more personal, just making it seem like I'm not just, saying stuff. I'm actually showing y'all like I'm really in tune with this stuff. Like this is something I enjoy doing anyway. It could have been better than this, but this is just the first thing that I seen at the store, and then I was just like, I need to grab this. I didn't even know it came with 5. I just did it. So one more thing that I will get into, so that way you can also know, we're gonna get into I gotta show y'all how to do the expense log, and then once I show y'all how to do that, then I'm gonna show y'all how to set this up. And once I show y'all that, we will be done for today's segment. Like I said, it's just supposed to be a quick segment. I didn't expect it to be this one, but okay, let's get into it. I already got okay. Another disclaimer. I know I'm light skinned. I know the lighting is kind of what's name. I did try to what you call it? I tried to find a way to make this dark mode, so just try not to look at me so much and just try to look at like what I'm doing, so that way it can help you. Like it'll help you. You ain't got to pay attention to me, but it will show me real bright because I tried. That's also another reason why I was a little late. I was trying to get it to put into dark mode so that way y'all can see me better, but it's not even about me at the moment. It's about y'all learning how to do this. So this, matter of fact, yeah, okay. So this is what you will use. You will use Google Sheets. Google Sheets is like, let me see. Google Sheet is free, 100% free. I've been using it for a minute. I'm going to show y'all how to build it. Once I show y'all how to build it, it's going to be there. Let me show y'all. Let's see. So Google Sheets. I actually use it. So this is, make sure. Okay, yeah. My thing kind of messed up and stuff like that. It's okay. But this is Google Sheets. This is the out and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to just show y'all on here. So when you go to it, I was trying to actually show y'all another way, but it's okay. I'm going to just show you like this. But Google Sheets, let me just show you. Google Sheets. So that's all you will really have to type. Oh, no, it isn't. Google. I know I put it in Google Sheets. I'm just say Google Sheets. Basically, y'all all know what it looks like. It's this little. I'm trying to point at it like y'all can see me point. But when you see this, you can download it on your iPhone, whichever. You can get it out the App Store. Just put in Google Sheets. I even have it on my phone. So let me also show y'all that. Like I have it on my phone. Let me show y'all. This little app right. I have Google Sheets on my phone. It's so hard to see it, but it's okay. But yeah, you can Google it on your stuff and everything like that. So when you Google it on there, you know you good and stuff like that. But let me show y'all how I go about doing it. Okay, so when you're on there, you're gonna sign in and stuff like that. So I'm just pull mine back up because I already got it like an example. Oh, welcome new viewer. Hey, how you doing tonight? I'm just showing y'all a quick rundown of how I create my expense and income log. So you will start off with a fresh sheet. Right here, like I was telling y'all earlier, you want to put the date right here on when. Matter of fact, oh, another thing, when you go down here, you want to edit the name. So rename it. I make this one my expense log. That's expense log, and then you want to push the plus button at the bottom and add another one. It'll come up sheet 2, and you want to rename that one and call that one the income log. So it's always important to keep up with this. Like it's very important. Okay, so you just click back and forth. You see how it goes to it, expense and income. So we're on the income log. Under income, like I was showing y'all, you want to put the date first. Then you want to put vendor or whatever you want to call the place that that you placed the order with, whether it was Sally's Beauty Supply Store, whether it was you paid your rent for the month and stuff like that, however you do it. And then after that, you want to put your amount that you paid. I'm just clicking tab so you could just click, like manually click over if you want to. So then you want to put in amount. After amount, you want to put in your receipt. After the price, of course, like I was telling you earlier, just take a picture on your phone because you can get it on your phone and stuff like that. You just take a picture of your receipt, but you always want to keep the receipt as well. And I'm gonna show y'all like what I do with my receipts after that. And then after the receipts, you want to put your category. This is very important because they need to know why you spent what you spent. Like you want to make sure you include that, whether it was for rent, whether it was for a business meal, whatever it was for travel and transportation expense and stuff like that. And then you want to put notes on this side. So if you put like miscellaneous and stuff like that, so wherever you like whatever you did to the reason why you spent that money, if you need to put like a more understanding of why you spent it, you can put it in there. Now when you click like right here, because sometimes the name is long, you see how the arrow, I'm steady pointing like y'all can see that. You want to extend this to go a little bit past the amount. So that way you can widen it. So now you can put like Sally's Beauty Supply Store. You see how you got more room versus if you would have just like left it here. You see how like it's kind of like running into that. You don't want to do that. So you just want to extend it. So for the amount, you can keep this the same length. For the date, you keep it the same length. And for the receipt, you want to keep it the same length. You're only going to stretch out the vendor. You want to stretch out the category a little bit because it does. I go a little bit past the notes. And for the notes, because, sometimes you might want to over-explain. Sometimes I kind of over-explain too. You want to go a little bit further than the G. So this is how you want to set it up. And I'm going to just show you like this. So let's just say you went to Sally's today. What's that? Let's just say that, or whatever the case may be. You want to put in your amount that you use. Let's just say you spend $40 there. If you, like I was saying earlier, if you have your actual receipt of that, put that in there. But sometimes if I don't have my receipt, I will put a little star and put bank statement. If that's the card and account that if that's the card and account that I'm going to attach my what's that called? The end of the month bill, the print off. What's that called? I'm really having a brain fart right here. But like when you go to your bank statement, the end of your bank statement, because you're gonna attach all of this to your bank statement. And I'm gonna just, like I said, I'm gonna briefly show you without showing you too much of my accounts. But category, let's just say everyone knows you go to the beauty supply store for equipment. So you're gonna put supplies and equipment right here. And then let's just say if it was something miscellaneous, if it was at like whatever it was, and you put miscellaneous over here, that's the only time that you'll use the notes. But you're just gonna leave it blank. And then you just, for every day, in order to not get backed up every day, you want to actually add it on as you go. Like sometimes I know we do get busy. That's why, like, sometimes on my Sundays, Mondays, like when I'm off and stuff like that, or I try to do it every day to plug this in basically. But you don't want to get too bagged up now. I've had experience with that too. So each time, if you can, just try to make sure plug it in just like this. And what I was showing y'all remember on here where I was showing y'all about the total and the expense. So I'm gonna just show you. Let's just say, pretend all of these are at least filled up with something. Right here is what I was talking about, putting total in caps, like right under there, and then under amount, let's just say I spent $78.37. $10 this day. $21 that day. What's that? $89.64 that day. I'm just putting in some numbers so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm doing when you get down to that part. Just put numbers in. And the last number, let's just say I just like say you pay $300 in rent. I'll just put that. Okay, so like let's just say you got the whole month in, you got your all the dates and stuff like that, you got all your vendors in there, you got your amount, you got your receipts and stuff like that, like, and you put your category and stuff like that. So right here where it says total, I like to make my total bold. So I'll just click bold right there. And then the code for when you want to sum up this entire thing, you will click enter. You see how it already pre-came up? That's kind of like what you want to do. You can click tab to go ahead and put it in there, and boom. That's all you have to do. So it shows you how much, I'm steady pointing like y'all can see it, but it shows you right here how much you spent that entire month. This is just like a little trial run basically, but it just shows you how much that you spent for that entire month. For your income log, it doesn't change, it doesn't go away, so you're good. So once you done with this and you've got your whole entire month completed at the end, like I said, I gotta go in and put in a few more things on mine because today the last day. I don't think I did it for today. And then I just put in my total and stuff like that. You're going to, matter of fact, while it's up, I'm gonna just show y'all. So on there, you should have like a little, I'm gonna go more into these, like a little manila folder with like little smaller ones in it. So right here, this one says January 2025 and stuff. You can't really see it, but I make sure I date all of my stuff is January 2025. Then I have two yellow folders in there. One is my expense log, one is my income log and stuff like that. But without showing y'all too much, let me show this out my expense log without showing y'all too much. So on here is the printout. I'm showing the back side so y'all don't see my prices and stuff like that. Don't see my finance. But once you can print it out on your computer, like you go right here, you just go to file, and then you print it off wherever it is. You can even print it from your phone if you got a smart printer. Right here at the bottom, you can kind of see I literally have all of my receipts. Like I have all of my receipts. Like even if some of them got bank statement, like how I showed you right here, I literally go in on my phone and then I take a picture of my receipts, but I also keep them as well. So you want to keep your receipts. And then at the end, this is just something, like I said, I don't want to show it on here, but this is my bank statement. So I have a bank statement stapled, and then I will print out my log and I will attach my receipts to it. So that's that one. And now for the income log. Like I said, I'm not gonna show too much. For the income log, like I said, we're gonna create that really quickly just so I can show you. Like I said, I'm not trying to take up too much of y'all time. But so right here you're gonna put in date. You're going to put in name for here because you're actually servicing a client. You want to put in the service that you've done, and you want to put in the amount, and you want to put notes. So like I said, for name, you want to stretch it out all the way over because some people have some long names, so you want to kind of stretch that over. For service, you want to stretch that over a little bit. And then for notes, you want to stretch that over for a little bit. Just like that. So then you'll just put in, like I said, today's date, and then you want to put in like the person name. I just put Stephanie, and then the service. Let's just say you did knotless braids, and then let's just say you charge 200, and then but let's just say you did run a special. So let me try it like this. So if you ran a special, this would it would look like. Braids. If you did run a special, you want to put in, let's just say you took off what 50%, so you made it $100. Because it's gonna look crazy, like that's not your normal price. So what's going on right here? You put discount 50% off, basically like a special. Let me put a special right here. Special. Basically, you just want to let them know, like, oops, you ran a special. I don't know why, but yeah, you just ran a special and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm gonna just put it like probably right here and stuff like that. Oh. And then, like I said, I like to make that bold, so you can just make it bold. But like I said, I'm gonna just go in and plug in some numbers. So let's just say you charge 150 for this. 110, 90, or whatever the case may be like this. So this is how it will look. So you got your income log, and this is your expense log. And for your income, for your income, you're gonna do the enter sum, SUM, with the open parentheses, and it'll normally come up like that. But you just to know whether to put C or D, because on this one I got more columns, but on the income, like, it's less columns. So whatever column, I'm steady pointing like y'all can see, whatever column your money is in, you're gonna put that letter there. So you're gonna put D, and then it doesn't start at 1 because at 1 you put your name up there, but when it goes to 2, you're gonna start at 2 because that's where the first one starts at. And then you're gonna put the colon right there, and then you can either put D wherever number is stop on, like whether if you had a whole bunch of clients, so it could probably D down to 33 or 57 or whatever the case may be. But for this example, it only stopped at 6, so you could put D6 or you can just put 6. It doesn't matter either way it go. But you see how it's stretched out now. That's because you got to put that close parenthesis so they don't add on whatever else is over there. So then you're going to close the parenthesis in it, and then you're just going to click enter. Oh, I made a number. I'm sorry, that was a good reaction. But I just put in some numbers. Dang, okay. But yeah, so you basically see like your money add up and stuff like that. Whew. Where is it? Bold. But yeah, so that's basically how you would create that. And then, like I said, to print it, you will want to like go to your home screen. I guess I can kind of show it or whatever. Let me go back home. So like this is the one that I did right here. You want to just click the three buttons on the side. Oh, it normally do it. Let you do it. I guess just file and then file and then just print it off. And then I think like so this is what we made. It should show for both though. If it doesn't show for both, I guess you're just gonna have to choose it. But normally, like on your phone, it'll let you click both. But yeah, you'll just click file, print. Now for this part, I didn't show y'all, but for that part, I have the expense log. I tell you to staple your receipts on there. For this one, you want to invest in a receipt book. Like you need to invest in a receipt book. So I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all know how to like write a receipt and stuff like that. Like it don't matter what kind you get. I'm just trying to show y'all. But yeah, the receipt book. You put your date. I know I'm just go ahead and tell y'all how to do it. Like you just want to put your date right here, the client's name under there, the amount. Like you want to actually write out 100 here. Below here, you're gonna have to spell out 100, and then you're gonna put and then if you have any change on it, like if you charge 75 cents or something like that, and you'll put 100 and 50 over 100. But if you typically in this type of business, you only just got to put 0 over 100 because everything is just straightforward. Down here, you're going to make sure you check the part where it says for rent. You're not going to check for rent. You're going to go down to the second one and click for, and then you're going to put in knotless braids for right there. After that, right here where it says account and where it says paid and due, on the account part, you will put like, let's just say you charge 100, you'll put 100 right here, and then you put 0 cents right here, and then under paid you'll put 100, and then when you get down to due, you put 0 here and 0. So basically like it's got paid out, and then you put whether they paid cash, check, or whatever the case is. When you put from, you make sure you're putting your name first and then to the to, because this is the receipt you're giving the person to. You're going to put their name right here. And then at the bottom where it says like buy, you're just going to write your signature right there. And then you'll just rip it out the book, and you'll just attach it to your you'll attach it to this income log. Like you could just staple it like right here or something like that. Like I said, even along with the expense log. And let's just say, oh, there was the expense log. I'm sorry. So the income log, you still want to do the same thing. Just, like I said, when you print it, you can attach your receipt paper right here that you did. Because, you keep the yellow part and the client keeps the top part and stuff like that. But this is just to show you like, hey, I did this person hair this day and stuff like that. I wrote a receipt out for them. And, it's right there, and let them know like, because some people be like, you charge me and stuff like that. But no, I can show you like this is what you paid, this is your receipt for it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's crazy how I got it like the same number, and I was just typing in some numbers. Okay, I even did it with a special discount and still came out good. But yeah, that's basically it. Let's see. So yeah, that was basically all that I had for today. Like I said, I was trying to make it like a short stream, but it ended up being a little bit longer stream, and that's okay. I just want to make sure that I don't leave y'all hanging on it. I want to make sure that you've gotten it. Let me put my face on here. My bad. Okay, yeah. So basically, that's the end of the stream. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, if you haven't already joined the community is pinned in the chat. Like I said, if it's anything that you want to share in there, you can. Well, certain things, just follow the rules and stuff like that because we're more like beauty focused and things like of that nature. So yeah, just like I said, you can search it as well. It's called Slade Styles. Community reactions. That's the matter of fact. Let me show y'all what it looks like right here. Slade Styles Community Reactions. We have 8 members in here, so come be a part of the member. And like I said, I also let y'all know when I'm going live stream. This hasn't been updated yet. I gotta refresh the page. I let y'all know when I'm going live. What else? Oh, we had talked about what had went on a few days ago and stuff like that. People just coming in there sharing their opinions. Welcome page. But like I said, other than that, the chat. I said the chat. The community is pinned into the in the chat right now, so y'all can check that out. I do appreciate everyone who did come in and watch, even if you didn't say anything. I appreciate you for still taking the time out to watch. And if you actually missed any part of this stream, I will be exporting it to YouTube. Like I said, I'm gonna try to once it's up and ready, I will try to what's that called? I will try to upload it tonight. So it should be available probably maybe anywhere between an hour and tomorrow. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in again. And I don't stream on Sundays and Mondays. So you won't see me tomorrow and Monday, but I will be back Tuesday at night. Unless I end up getting a client that morning, because like I said, you can catch me in the morning time on stream. I actually streamed this morning. Doing a client head, I will post that as well. I'll export that as well so you can just see, like, just the behind the scenes of what I do and stuff like that and how I do it. Yeah, other than that, I just want y'all to have a good night. Again, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all on the next stream.